Good morning, I'm Trinity Chavez, and welcome to NYSE TV Live. It is Thursday, July 13th, 2023, and today we are celebrating Martı Technologies, ticker symbol MRT. We are celebrating its new listing, and to honor the occasion, Alper Oktem, founder and CEO, will ring the opening bell. Arguably the most watched news event in the world. And to give everyone a little background of the company, it was founded in 2018. It operates a fleet of over 46,000 e-mopeds, e-bikes, and electric scooters, which serve 16 cities across Turkey. And today we are celebrating a business combination listing on the NYSE American from Galata Acquisition Corporation. And now Martı is officially a part of the NYSE community of over 2,400 listed companies. So an extremely exciting day. But did you know that since the late 1990s, the NYSE has hosted numerous heads of state here and cabinet ministers of the Republic of Turkey, including 2 prime ministers, a president, 2 ministers of state, and 2 ministers of finance. But it's also important to note that NYSE has also welcomed the heads of Istanbul Stock Exchange, the mayor of Istanbul, and representatives of the Central Bank of Turkey. But today is all about Martı. We have its branding all over our building, from the cubes behind me above the trading floor to the banners streamed across the facade of the New York Stock Exchange right there on the corner of Wall and Broad Streets in Lower Manhattan. Now today we have so much to get to, but first we're going to toss it to the boardroom in just a few moments, where my colleague Cassandra Sire, the head of International Capital Markets at the NYSE, is hosting the event. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen today. We're going to get glimpses of the boardroom on the 6th floor here at the New York Stock Exchange, where we have over a dozen rooms that we have hosted some of the most incredible events here. We invite all of our listed companies at the New York Stock Exchange to host their investor days, milestone celebrations, whatever it might be. Whenever you are a part of the NYSE community of over 2,400 listed companies, you are a part of the family. So we're sure to take care of you. And again, we are going to toss it to the boardroom to my colleague Cassandra Sire. She is the head of Global Capital Markets. Let's listen in.
How was it? That was good, right? Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange. My name is Cassandra Sire, and I'm head of International Capital Markets. Thank you for coming in today. I see in this room family members, employees, advisors, board members of Martı and Galata, and of course, the ambassador as well from Turkey to the US and the Consulate General Office. Thank you so much for coming in to show support and encouragement to the Martı team for their success, not just today, but for the lifetime journey of them as a US-listed company. Now, many people know that the IPO markets have been rather challenging, and it really takes a lot of hard work and dedication and perseverance, and the Martı team did exactly that. So I want everyone to congratulate and have a round of applause for the team at Martı and Galata. The Martı team has really differentiated themselves. Martı is the 10th international listing in the United States this year from international companies, and the 2nd company from Turkey to list on the New York Stock Exchange. The first company was from year 2000, 23 years ago. And Martı is the first Turkish company with a sole primary listing in the United States. Martı is the #1 mobility super app that is changing the future of transportation. With over 85 million in population, Turkey is pretty much the epicenter in the region for evolving mobility ecosystem. And a company that is listed on the New York Stock Exchange can help you get there and expand your footprint. In just 5 years, Martı has had 46,000 of e-bikes, e-scooter, and e-moped. Let's see what the next 5 years brings. And we'll be here along with you along the journey. Martı has built a strong ESG fundamentals, which really shares the same ethos as New York Stock Exchange with regards to sustainability, governance with a social commitment. This listing is a great testament to Turkish companies, especially after the devastating earthquake in February this year. I want to congratulate again everyone who is here in this room. Now, with these successes come a remarkable leadership team. And with that, I would like to invite up Cankut, who is the co-founder and president of Martı.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your support across various stages of the journey. When we launched Martı's first service in March 2019, our goal was to introduce technology-enabled transportation to Turkey's mobility sector. What we did not foresee is that 4 years later, we would be standing here as a public company. We're here, first and foremost, because of my partner Alper's vision for Martı and his relentless execution. We're here because of my partner Sena's always-on smile and optimism. Thank you for being our better third, Sena. We wouldn't be here without our team, who worked tirelessly at a relentless pace in the face of very large uncertainties over the last 4 years, as well as our investors, who backed us when success was very far from guaranteed. We're testament to the opportunities that the US offers through organizations like Galata, through organizations like the New York Stock Exchange, supported by our legal advisors, our financial advisors, to individuals and organizations globally that want to benefit from the economic opportunities and the capital markets of the US. I want to provide a special call out to Danny from Galata. The fact that everybody clapped before I said what I'm going to say means that everybody knows Danny's role in this transaction, but Danny's commitment to this transaction in particular and Martı in general is matched only by our own. We're also testament to the fact that Turkey produces great companies and that our government is a very strong financial and regulatory supporter of innovation in the country. We thank each of the individuals, organizations, and nations that have had a stake in bringing us to this day, and we're going to continue to work tirelessly to use the resources of this transaction and those that we gain beyond to innovate for a better future. I'd now like to invite my friend, my partner, and Martı's founder and CEO, Alper, to the stage with a warm welcome.
Well, hello everyone. It's great to see you today. It's awesome to be in your presence. I'm grateful. Thank you for the warm welcome, Cassandra, and thank you for the introduction, Cankut. We feel as comfortable here as we do at home, so it's great to be here. Our company, Martı, is named after seagull in Turkish. It means seagull, and seagulls are a symbol of Istanbul. They're pretty cute creatures, really, but they're adventurous, they're resilient, and they can travel long distances. Just like the animal it's named after, our company has journeyed thousands of miles to be here today, and this is a pivotal moment in the history of our company and our lives as well. So thank you for being here, thank you for supporting us. As the founder and CEO of Martı, I'm here representing a company that's only 4 years old. Despite our relative youth, we have opened new paths, faced a lot of challenges, and created an entirely new sector in our homeland from scratch. So that's something that makes us absolutely proud. Transportation, as we know, is the #1 issue in emerging market megacities, and Istanbul is certainly one of them. With a vision to change this, we built Martı, a mobility super app with the support of millions of people. And we continue to innovate nonstop with our current and new product, Tag, which is ride-hailing. That's growing rapidly in Turkey, in more than 8 cities now, and is the only ride-hailing operation in the country. It is a testament to an innovative and environmentally friendly future for Turkey. The successful listing today empowers us to solidify our position as the market leader in Turkey and gives us access to deep US capital markets and the backing of reputable financial institutions. I'm sure these resources will help us to be a world-class mobility and technology company in the future. But being the first Turkish company to be listed exclusively on NYSE gives me great confidence for the future. I hope someday a lot of other Turkish firms, a lot of other Turkish entrepreneurs will follow suit, will achieve bigger things, hopefully. And one day, I won't be on the podium, but in the audience just like you guys, and be watching Turkish entrepreneurs achieve even greater things. And I'd be very proud. I'm very hopeful of that future. I would like to express my deepest gratitudes to the Galata team for their continued support and thank the Martı team for their continued commitment. Thank you very much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
We have a present for our bell ringer,
Thank you.
which is a beautiful medallion. And your name
Thank you.
embossed. Now this, if you look at it, is the front of the facade of the building. So you will always have this with you, New York City, in your heart.
Thank you.
Now, the buttonwood tree, what does it say? You saw the video earlier. 24 brokers came together to sign an agreement called the Buttonwood Agreement, where they agreed to trade in an orderly and transparent fashion. So I want to hand this to you as a souvenir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Of course. And don't worry, everyone in this room gets a smaller version as well. So please grab that on your way out of the room.
Is this my gavel?
This one is for your first trade bell, and it has your name, your company name printed as well, and the date of July 11, which is the first day it was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We'll make sure that this gets shipped to you carefully. And we have one more present. It's all about gifting and traditions in this building. This is your certificate for Martı Technology for July 11 listing at the New York Stock Exchange. All right, so people in this room are going to head down to the trading floor. And before we do that, I want to just pass over the webcast baton to Trinity Chavez, who is the webcast host, and continue on with the webcast. Thank you. Now, for those in the room...
Thank you so much, Cassandra. Again, that was Cassandra Sire, who is the head of international capital markets. And we also heard from members of the executive team of Martı. We heard Cassandra actually saying that this is the 10th international listing, the second Turkish company to list on the New York Stock Exchange. We also heard her say that this is the first sole primary listing in the U.S. from Turkey, which is hugely significant. And I really love how they were also talking about how Turkey is a leader when it comes to the evolution of mobility and that ecosystem, their focus, governance with social commitment, and again, the resilience after the devastating earthquake that just happened in February of this year. So to come to this pivotal moment today, again, a hugely significant achievement. And again, we heard from Alper Oktum also, who is the founder and CEO, and he talked about the name, Martı, exactly what it means and how it was named after a seagull because they represent resiliency, determination, and they travel long distances, which again speaks to this pivotal day. And again, we also saw in the boardroom as we commemorate the beginning of a long-standing relationship with Martı as it joins the NYSE community. And we also saw the gift presentation. Again, everything in this building is all about significance and gifts. And this is significant because it reflects the tradition and heritage of the NYSE. It upholds the customs and rituals that have been a part of the exchange's culture for centuries long. And we're seeing pictures right now of the team making their way down that long corridor on the 6th floor, which I talked about a little bit earlier, where I said that there is a dozen rooms on this floor that have hosted some of the most memorable events and moments. And again, in just a few moments, we will see them get on those elevators, which, fun fact, those were the fastest elevators in New York City when this when this building first opened up in 1923. We're going to see them get off the elevators, head to the trading floor, make their way through the sort of maze of technologies on the active trading floor, which we have between 100 to 200 traders who are actively placing in orders that have come in overnight. And that boardroom that you actually just saw, it was completely transformed to a pickleball court just last year when we had a few exhibition matches, so that was a lot of fun. And we also had House Speaker McCarthy here not too long ago discussing the economic landscape, inflation, and the debt ceiling. So here at the NYSE, it's never a dull moment. And in just a few moments, we're going to see the whole team again make their way on the trading floor, gather underneath that bell podium to sign the distinguished guest book, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a little bit. But first, I want to tell you a little bit more about this institution. The New York Stock Exchange, it traces its roots back to 1792, when a group of traders, as Cassandra was talking about earlier, gathered beneath a buttonwood tree on Wall Street. They formed an agreement famously known as the Buttonwood Agreement to create a centralized marketplace for buying and selling stocks and bonds. Little did they know this humble beginning would lay the foundation for one of the world's largest stock exchanges. And fast forward 231 years, we now have over 2,400 listed companies, and the NYSE has also around $40 trillion in total market cap. The exchange has become synonymous with corporate giants, and it hosts some of the most recognizable names like Coca-Cola, IBM, Disney, and offers investors the opportunity to invest in well-established companies. So again, they are walking on the floor right now, making their way down to the bell podium, and again, the team of Martı is gathering right in front of the CNBC set. There's Cassandra Sire, the head of global capital markets, making her way underneath that bell podium, where all eyes are going to be on Martı, opening up the U.S. equity markets. And again, this book is hugely significant because we have had dozens of thought leaders, entrepreneurs, celebrities who have signed their name in that book and now they're a part of history. Today, again, a historic day for Martı as it officially joins the New York Stock Exchange family. And right there is Alper Oktum. He is the founder and the CEO alongside his executive team. And they are going to etch their name in that book. Cassandra is probably looking for a blank page because as I said, we have had dozens and dozens of iconic people sign those books. We actually had Serena Williams even here not too long ago. And there is Alper Oktum, founder and CEO of Martı, becoming a part of history, signing his name right there alongside his whole team. His hugely committed team that has worked tirelessly to get to this point today as they are joining the New York Stock Exchange family of over 2,400 listed companies. And again, like the New York Stock Exchange, beyond its role in capital formation, the NYSE also plays a critical role in providing liquidity and the market. And we're actually going to get a market update right now. I'm going to toss it to Remy Blair with FinTech TV for that. Remy, what do you got?
Good morning, Trinity. U.S. stock futures are pointing to a higher open. In today's session, the latest inflation figures as well as earnings will be in the spotlight. In today's session, we will be digesting the latest earnings reports, and this does come on the heels of CPI data for the latest month, which came in cooler than expected. Also today, we will be watching the latest earnings coming out from some key companies ahead of big bank earnings. Of course, as we get into today's session, we'll keep an eye on the major stock indexes. In the previous session, we saw the S&P 500 as well as the NASDAQ Composite Index hit its best levels since April of 2022. Back to you, Trinity.
To look out for. Thank you so much, Remy, for that update. And as we prepare to open up the U.S. equity markets and have the Martı team ring that opening bell, my colleague Judy Shaw had the opportunity to speak to Alper, the founder and CEO of Martı, just a few weeks ago. So let's take a look.
NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Alper Oktum. He is the founder and CEO at Martı. Alper, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here.
Now, before we get started, just a quick note to our viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Alper, tell me, what is the significance of Martı as the first Turkish company to do its sole listing on the NYSE?
It's great to be pursuing a listing on New York Stock Exchange, something that makes us proud. A lot of very prominent companies have been here, and it's very exciting to be on the trading floor today. Turkey is the only G20 economy without a mobility super app. So a lot of countries that are in the G20 and are emerging markets like Indonesia, Brazil, and India have very large companies that are mobility super apps, but Turkey doesn't. So our goal here is to tap deep financial markets to be able to build something that makes us proud and can serve the Turkish consumers. Today, we are the #1 mobility app in the country. We have more than 4 million users, and we have more than 47,000 shared mobility vehicles. We serve 16 cities that constitutes around 71% of the Turkish economy. And through this de-SPAC merger, we're looking to build a world-class mobility company, and we're certainly privileged to be here and be working with the investors that we are.
Albert, tell me, so how do you envision the future of mobility in Turkey, and how do you see Martı contributing to this future?
Well, transportation is the #1 issue in emerging market megacities. Certainly Istanbul is one of those cities. So what we believe at Martı is that we believe everything on wheels will be electric and everything electric will be shareable. So with that vision, we built one of the largest shared electric vehicle fleets in the world. And Turkey is a country of 85 million people. It is the largest in Europe. Istanbul is a city of 20 million people. It is the largest city in Europe. So the demand is fairly high for our services. And ride sharing and shared e-mobility are in quite high demand right now in Turkey and all over the world. And in Istanbul and in Turkey in general, high traffic, relative high cost of car ownership, lack of public transportation alternatives make it fairly popular. So in the future, in our data, we see that a healthy mix of different modalities or form factors are complementary to fulfilling the needs of the average consumer. So at Martı, we always try to build new products and launch our services to more and more people every day.
Alper, it's been a devastating time in Turkey with the earthquake, and in wake of this earthquake and the rebuilding efforts, tell me what role your company can play when you become a listed company to inspire entrepreneurs and other startups.
Well, thank you for that question. It certainly is a challenging time for Turkey. The earthquake was devastating and the destruction was immense. Around 13 million people got affected. Hundreds of thousands of people are left homeless. The total cost to the Turkish economy is, I believe, around $85 billion, which is 1/10 of the entire economy. So the road to rebuilding is long and challenging. In the short term, Turkey needs to fix the shelter crisis, because again, hundreds of thousands of people are left homeless. But in the long run, companies Martı can make a difference. Through technology, different startups and high-tech jobs, we can spearhead the economic recovery in the region and in Turkey in general, also providing opportunities, jobs for the region and for the young population that is very important. Also, during this time, creating motivation for people there is very important. And at Martı, we're pioneering and trailblazing something that was never done before. We are pursuing this listing on New York Stock Exchange, and that is something that hopefully inspires Turkish entrepreneurs into the future. And we're very proud to do something that seemed unimaginable in the past.
All right. Well, Alper, it's been great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we are on the trading floor right now, and I want to warn everyone, so this is an active trading floor. Again, we have 1 to 200 traders that are actively placing in orders, and let's get quick images right now with the team making their way up to the bell podium. Todd, why don't we turn around this way? And then they're making their way up the staircase right behind our Mad Money set, where Jim Cramer fills his show every single day, and then they're going to head up over to the bell podium. But right now I'm going to pull in my colleague Pete Ash, who is the archivist here at the New York Stock Exchange. Pete, there's a lot of green here, and we like to see green, especially when it's on the boards.
Definitely, we like green here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It's a little bit of a lighter green than we're typically used to, but we love it all over the floor. All over the, when I walked up this morning, you see it on our facade, on the banner. It's really a cool day. And as the lead archivist, you've seen a lot of IPOs, many people joining the NYSE community. I mean, what would you say is so significant about Martı, the first sole company out of Turkey to join the NYSE community? What are your thoughts? Well, the last one was before I even started here, so it's this new one for me. It's great. It's great. We've had a couple international listings later. When you think about the New York Stock Exchange, obviously we have New York in the title, but we've always had an aim at international, even from our very founding, 1792, listing international bonds and things like that here on the New York Stock Exchange. So a long legacy, and anytime a new IPO joins, it's always exciting.
always exciting. And actually, they're getting a little bit overly excited as we were just testing the bell to make sure it's everything's good for when we open up the markets. Have you ever seen that before in your time here?
I have not. That's a new one for me. I've heard the bell start early. I've heard it end early. I've heard it go too long. I've not heard a miscellaneous 9:26 bell.
Again, they're probably just, again, very excited, testing out the bell. We now know it works, so that's a good sign.
Yes, and just a little back for everyone at home. Not only do we have that bell, we have backup bells. There's always a bell to work. But I guess the CS wanted to make sure it was going to ring when it was time to ring.
And that's not going to be the only bell that's being rung today. We're actually going to hear the ringing of the first trade bell. Although their stock has been trading with us, this is just going to be a ceremonial bell ringing to sort of captivate that memory. And we're getting glimpses right now of the bell podium as Cassandra is speaking to their executive team as they get ready to open up the markets and utilize every opportunity as a photo opportunity, right? I mean, all eyes are going to be on Martı today as they open up the U.S. equity markets. Millions of people from around the world are going to be watching this moment.
Definitely, it's the most widely watched daily news event. So obviously, 100 million people in this country and across the world are going to watch it. I always, when you see a bell podium, a mix of the people who built the company, the founder, the CEO, the executive team, but also family, friends, and a couple kids up there to really celebrate the day.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Pete. I know you're busy, so I won't keep you. I want to give everybody a little view of what we have going on behind me. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, so let's take a look at the crowd that's gathering right in front of the CNBC set as we prepare to open up the markets. Again, we have our in-house photography team utilizing this moment to captivate every single moment that we have here happening on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Our team here has been working tirelessly throughout the night to get everything situated for Martı visiting the New York Stock Exchange. And I want to tell everybody a little bit of what sets us apart from any other institution in the world is the fact that we have a designated market maker. This is a specialized trader that stands with your stock, with our listed companies, Scott, for the days, weeks, months, years ahead. We have had some of our companies listed with us for over 200 years. We actually just celebrated Con Edison, who has been listed with us for 230 years, nearly as the longest time that we've been operating for 231 years. So again, hugely significant. We are just about, it's 9:29 on the dot. At 9:29 and 30 seconds, we're going to hear the crowd behind me go wild. We have to entice them to get extremely excited as we get ready to open up the markets. And like I said, futures are pointing to flat right now. Hopefully we have a lot of green on the screen. That's what we like to see here. I mean, that is the color of the day today. I tried to, represent Martı and their team as we have them joining the NYSE community. But for now, we're going to listen in and open up the markets. So let's go. All right, the U.S. equity markets are officially open, and to give us a little bit more in-depth analysis of what the market's doing, I'm going to bring in Jay Woods. He is the Global Chief Strategist for Freedom Capital. Jay, what's going on? The markets are open. What do we have?
Trinity, you're wearing green, they're green.
You look at, hold on, I just want to point out that was a trader again. Like, this is an active trading floor, and you're getting an inside peek, so not everyone sees that. Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
Well, usually I fight back and I'll hit them myself, but...
You're playing nice because you're on camera.
Well, listen, if there wasn't a camera here, there may be some curse words dropped. But, let's focus on the market. Sorry for that. Yeah, everything is green. We've been on a tremendous roll of the markets. New highs in the S&P 500. New highs in the tech sector, welcoming a great new company from Turkey. Things have been going extremely well.
And you know, the CPI report just came out. I mean, what do we have from that? Do you know what the key takeaways were?
Yeah, we're with CPI, we're talking about inflation. Inflation continues to decrease, meaning that the Fed rate hikes have been successful in cooling the economy. That is one of the big reasons why we actually rallied as strongly as we did. We're making 52-week highs, and it's a good sign that maybe the Fed is at the end of this rate hiking cycle. And what we're seeing, a lot of companies testing the public markets, and the next second half of the year looks fantastic.
And speaking of what we're seeing right now, we're now getting pictures of the team of Martı signing that wall on this historic institution. And so many people have signed this wall. We actually have to switch out those walls, which we put in other areas of the building. And actually, yeah, you've signed that one. Tell me about that experience.
Oh my God, it was the greatest experience of a lifetime. You know, getting to ring that bell and then putting your name with a lot of iconic signatures like a Kobe Bryant and some of the Olympians that have been here, CEOs of some of our great publicly traded companies. Yeah, just to be part of that is pretty cool.
Did you go through all of the names? Who did you sign your name next to?
We have to label those names a little bit better. We'll talk about this off the air, but no, of course you go through the names. It's a pretty big honor, and now we have 14, 15 new names to add to that wall.
And I want to get back to the market. So what are the biggest trends that you're seeing right now in this current economic climate, and what is driving the influx that we're seeing?
Well, the trends are great. First half of the year we talked about 7 stocks leading this market higher, and mostly technology stock. Now we're seeing a tide that's lifting all the boats. Sectors like industrials, sectors like energy coming back. It's been a nice rally, and it's broad-based. So this is what we want to see. Now we're in earnings season. We saw a great NYSE company like Delta report today, and we're getting positive guidance going forward. Delta, Pepsi looking good, and then tomorrow the financials. We have JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Goldman next week. If the financials start to show improvement and guide us higher, the third quarter should be very strong.
Looking out for that third quarter, then. Thank you, Jay. I'm not going to keep you. I know that you're very busy.
Yeah, I don't want to get bumped into again, so thank you.
I'll see you later. All right, we're going to toss it to a quick video, but we'll be right back. Okay, we're not going to be right back. We're just going to continue talking and actually, okay, so like I was saying, the designated market maker is what sets us apart from any other institution in the world. The specialized trader, this is Pete Giacchi. He is the head of trading for Citadel Securities on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Can you tell us more about your role, I should say?
Sure. Well, first, congratulations. I should have worn my green today. You're out here representing for sure for the colors.
Absolutely. I had to do my research and represent for Martı for sure.
No doubt. Well, that's great. So a DMM is unique to the New York Stock Exchange, and what that means is that we're here to provide liquidity on both sides of the market for you as the listed company, meaning we're buying and selling shares all day long, making a deep and liquid market to help your investors have an ease to get in and out of the stock at all times. What's also unique about the DMM proposition is the DMM is uniquely positioned to provide trading color to your executives on a daily basis, multiple times during the day, multiple times during the course of your growth as a company over the years. You have access to our traders on the floor, either via email or phone at all times. And what puts us in a position to bring you data is our ability to see 25% of the volume in all U.S. markets, almost 40% of all the retail volume. We're the largest option market maker, one of the largest ETF providers. There your guys are ringing the bell in the back.
Actually, we're going to cut to this real quick. So I'll be right back, Pete. We don't want to miss the first trade bell. Hold on, Todd. My IFB came out. About that cutoff, but we couldn't miss the first trade bell. Again, this is a ceremonial trade bell. It wasn't the actual one because your stock has been trading with us already. But I want to go back to you, Pete. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but can you continue what you were saying about the role that you play as a DMM?
Sure, I'm happy to be cut off for the ceremonial bell anytime. That's what it's all about right there. No issues at all. But the DMM, as I was mentioning, is really unique to the New York Stock Exchange. And the way to think about it is this is the beginning of your journey as a publicly listed company. Your journey is going to go on for many, many years. And us at Citadel Securities, we're happy to be a partner with you. And the way to think about that is not just the ability for us to make a market on the floor, but the ability for us to leverage real-time data and bring that to you as you grow as a company.
Amazing, Pete. I know you're busy. I have a few more people to interview, but we'll catch up later.
Always good seeing you, Trinity. Have a good
You
day.
too. And you know, speaking of longstanding relationships and being valuable resources, I want to pull in my colleague who you saw earlier hosting in the boardroom, Cassandra Sire, who is the head of global capital markets here. Cassandra, you've been a part of this process from day one. Can you talk about what it takes to bring Martı as well as other international companies here to the New York Stock Exchange?
Absolutely. It's just such a pleasure to see Martı here ringing the bell today. We've been working with the team for over a year, and there are a lot of behind-the-scenes moments, a lot of great joy, and we talked a lot about how this day is going to look like. Well, when it actually happens, it feels extremely special. And you know, look, our whole team is really here to help provide advice, and we're here to make sure that companies, international companies particularly, who are looking to list in New York Stock Exchange, understand the process and the value proposition. Additionally, it is not just a one-day moment. It is really a journey. So we want to make sure that our companies that are listed here, our community of 2,400 companies and 500 of which are international companies, know that we're always a resource anytime they need. It is an amazing global economic expansion, I think, when you see Turkey and U.S. come together today on this special day.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I know you're busy also, so I won't keep you. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Trinity.
Okay. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. We're going to take a quick look at a video, but we'll be right back. Joined with Alper Aktem, the founder and CEO of Martı. Congratulations again on this significant day.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You guys were getting excited up there. I even heard the bell go off a little bit at like 9:26.
Possibly. I mean, everybody's so excited. It's an amazing experience. Yeah. It's something that, you know, not a lot of Turkish companies get to do. We're the first one to do it directly, so it's awesome to be here. It's an amazing experience.
Exactly. That was going to be my question. How significant does it feel to be one of the first companies from Turkey listing on the NYSE?
I mean, to be able to do this from Turkey is something that makes us absolutely proud. Having the Turkish flag up here, I mean, after the earthquakes, after what the country has been through, to be here to represent it is an amazing thing. Turkey is the only country in the G20 without a mobility super app, so here's one. We're trying to build it. And we have ride-hailing, we have two-wheeled electric vehicle sharing. We're hopeful about the future, and this is something that makes us proud.
What does it mean to you personally, as well as to Martı?
I mean, the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into something like this, the years of labor, like a team of so many people coming together for one goal and trying to achieve something, striving for it, working day and night, and then coming to this point is something that makes you emotional.
Amazing. Well, congratulations again. I'm going to bring in one of your colleagues to speak to them as well, but continue the celebration.
Right, thank you.
All right, now I am bringing in Daniel Freifeld. You are a board member. Congratulations on this day.
Thank you very much.
How significant is it to you to be here today?
Well, obviously this is an amazing milestone that we've achieved, and it was nothing short of a Herculean effort to get here.
And what's Martı's vision for the future?
Well, it's already Turkey's #1 mobility super app, so our vision is to expand, deepen, broaden the suite of transportation services that are offered, from ride-hailing to shared electric vehicles one day.
And what excites you personally most about the future? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I think some of it is to look back and realize that this is the first Turkish company to be directly listed on the world's biggest stock market, the New York Stock Exchange. And I'm excited to see what this amazing management team can do in the future. And I'm very pleased and honored to be a part of it as a board member of the new company.
And we're excited to have you a part of the NYSE family. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care. We're going to toss it to another quick video, but we'll be right back.
The goal of carbon pricing is to put a price on pollution. Emitters bear this cost, and carbon pricing gives them options, either reduce their emissions or pay to pollute. There are several ways to do this: carbon taxes, emissions trading systems, or carbon credit mechanisms. ICE launched the 5th Cap and Trade, or ETS program in June, the Washington Cap and Invest program. Washington joins 2 North American and 2 European cap and trade markets. So what is the origin of carbon markets? The Kyoto Protocol and later the Paris Agreement paved the way for the design of these programs. The design of these programs allowed policymakers at the national level to create and mandate carbon markets. So how does a cap and trade market work? Cap and trade markets work by issuing a finite amount of carbon allowances which market participants must purchase in order to emit an equivalent amount of carbon dioxide. This supply decreases over time, creating a scarcity of the commodity. The cap refers to the limit of carbon released into the atmosphere, and the trade means that market participants have the option to buy or sell allowances on the secondary market, like ICE. A mandated cap and trade program is the only market that limits the amount of carbon in the atmosphere. Carbon allowances are the best mechanism for putting a price on pollution. Companies are mandated to treat their emissions as liabilities and are penalized for not meeting their obligations. Importantly, liquid carbon futures markets help participants manage their price risk, hedge their liabilities, and facilitate the pathway to net zero.
I am joined now with Cankut Durgun, who is the co-founder and president of Martı. Congratulations today. Today marks a new chapter. What are you most excited about come the future?
In the first 4 years of Martı, we introduced 4 new transport modalities to Turkey, and we did this in a very capital-scarce environment. Together with this listing, the immediate proceeds, as well as the access to very deep capital markets in the US, we're very confident about what we can do, and we look forward to continuing to introduce new transportation services, grow our existing services, and continue to do so in the capital-efficient manner that we have in our first 4 years of operation.
From your vantage point, now that Martı is a publicly traded company, how is that going to impact the bottom line, your business strategy?
I think it's going to have a few impacts. First, we do have a real-time share price now. With that real-time share price, what's not going to change is our focus on innovation. We're going to continue to focus on long-term innovation, and we believe that our share price will reflect the rewards of that innovation in the long term, despite the short-term volatilities of the market. We also now have access to very deep capital markets, so we have the opportunity to work with individual and institutional investors globally. And what we're going to do is we're going to look to communicate Martı's strategy and goals, work very hard to meet those goals with the objective of working with long-term shareholders who want to continue to support our expansion. And then finally, as part of being a public company, we will have regular guidance and reporting of our performance, which is something that we did not have as a private company. Now, with greater reporting requirements also comes greater accountability, and with greater accountability comes improved decision making. We've seen, I believe, improved decision-making at Martı in the run-up to the listing, as these requirements have served as a forcing function for the quality of our decisions, and we look to build on that trend as a public company.
Well, congratulations again, Cankut. I love what you said about capital pushing innovation forward. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, now I'm going to bring in your other colleague, who is another co-founder as well. Sena Aktam, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Feeling great. Feeling great. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. I always love when we have a new company, especially a Turkish company, joining the over 2,400 companies that are listed with the New York Stock Exchange. How significant is today to you?
So there's a great saying that goes, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has. So today isn't just about Martı standing tall on a global platform. It's a testament to our team's extraordinary talent and unyielding dedication, and I couldn't be more excited or proud.
And obviously, to get to this point, it takes a hugely committed and hardworking team. To everyone who is watching near and far, what would you like to tell them?
So Martı team made history today, and today encapsulates a journey of tenacity, perseverance, and the audacity to dream big. And I couldn't be here without my team. So yeah, as a team, we're very much looking forward to crafting an even brighter future together.
What are you looking forward to most come the future?
Just getting better at what we do, actually.
Well, congratulations again, and enjoy the celebration, and we'll see you here soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, you too. All right, everyone, that just about wraps it up. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Follow us on all of our digital media platforms at NYSC, and until next time, we'll see you soon.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus and we have the ability to be agile and innovate.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.